What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be getting vulnerable. I'm going to be sharing struggles as a college student, figuring out what the heck you want to do. I feel like this is not talked about enough. Everyone just assumes that once you graduate college, you know exactly what you want to be and you have everything figured out, and that's just not the case, like, at all. Most of us graduate college and we're like, okay, now what? Like, what happens next, and what the heck is adulting all about? I thought this video was needed because we need more realness. We need to share the actual struggles of just not knowing what you want to do. So I want to share my story. I want to tell you guys how I got to the point where I'm at right now, running a full-time business, my own business, starting my own company, Fit Ventures, and doing all of that at 20 years old, and then dealing also with all the struggles that come with it, fear of judgment, anxiety, stress. So we're gonna dive deep today, and we're gonna start from the beginning, how the heck I got into personal training and how I chose this as my career. So I went to FIU, Florida International University here in Miami, and as a freshman, I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to eventually do something that I loved, wanted to help others, make an impact, but if you asked me in 9th grade what I wanted to be, I really couldn't tell you. Which is normal. It is completely normal. It's a time in your life where you're just figuring things out. So freshman year, did not know what I was gonna be. I was like, you know what, let me just study communications and marketing, because whatever I end up being, that can always help me. And especially I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I'm like, I'll just pick something kind of broad. So your girl has always been into sports. I've been super athletic. I've probably played almost every single sport growing up as a kid, and I was always very active with my cousins. We grew up in the Keys on the paddle boards, jet skiing, tubing, wakeboarding, so that's always been a big part of my life and truly something that I can't live without. I love it so much. Eventually one day I was like, you know what, I've been hearing a lot that whatever you end up picking as your career, it has to be something that you love, because it's going to be something that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So I was like, the one thing that I love more than anything is moving my body, is helping others, is working out, is being in nature. So I had this idea. I'm like, let me start my own Instagram sharing the things that I love. I was so nervous, you guys. I even called up my cousin and I would never forget that day that I brought it up, and I'm like, I have this idea, I'm just super nervous about it, I don't know how to go about it. And she said, do it. And that day she just encouraged me so much, and she just told me to go for it, and so I did. I created the Instagram. I started posting my workouts, fitness tips, just a day in the life, things like that. I was having so much fun with it, but little by little I realized, wow, damn, like, people are starting to tell me that it's making an impact. The things that I was sharing was making an impact in my friend's life and in different people's lives. People were like, damn, I'm loving your page. I was getting so much positive feedback, and I was like, really? Like, my freaking heart. So from there I was like, you know what, we're just gonna go for it. I started live workouts during quarantine. Honestly, it was doing really good. I just didn't have like a clear direction of what I wanted to do with it. So while I was in school, I had 2 jobs. I was working for Red Bull, and also I was doing payroll for El Car Wash, which at the time my dad owned it. I started my fitness page as well, so I was doing school, started Fit Ventures, working 2 jobs. It was just a lot. I finally quit the job at El Car Wash, was working for Red Bull, and then finally when I was like, okay, I need to put all my time and effort into Fit Ventures because I saw that it was like moving, and so I did that. And I was just working on creating content, on building my own brand, which has been a full-time job. If you do social media marketing or anything like that, you know how much time and effort it takes. I was just staying focused on that. I was doing school, like I said, but December was my graduation, and of course I started getting so much anxiety. I can't even express to you. I don't know, I was just like so overwhelmed, just because I thought that once you graduate you just have to have a set plan. You have to know exactly what you're gonna do when you grow up. You have to, like, what you pick is what you're gonna stick to. And I finally, over time, realized that that's not true at all. You could just start with whatever, start with what you love, and then from there you can figure it out as you go. So I've definitely had that major mindset shift, which I'm super proud of. But yeah, I was definitely struggling internally, not knowing if this was gonna work out. I'm gonna be straight up and honest. This isn't easy. Creating your own brand with so much competition out there is not easy at all. I was scared. I would tell my boyfriend, I would vent to him and be like, I don't even know if I should do this. And thank God for him. What a freaking blessing. He kept encouraging me, and he's like, you're doing amazing. Stop Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Just keep focusing on what you're doing. You're doing amazing. He kept reassuring me that what I was doing was great, and I really did need the validation at the time because I was feeling lost. Even though I wasn't expressing that to you guys, I was definitely in a funk, and I was just scared of putting all my eggs in one basket into this business, into Fit Ventures, into this community, and then what the heck happens if it fails? Like, what happens? I start from scratch, all that work was for nothing. These were like the negative emotions that were going in my head, and finally one day I was like, get out of your mind at least, believe in yourself, you can do this. At the end of the day, everyone fails at some point, but you learn from it and you grow, and as long as I'm helping others, I thought to myself, I'm like, who cares? And who cares what other people think? But I'm gonna be honest, it did get to me. I would go out and people would be like, I'd be at the bar and they'd be like, so like, is this really what you're doing? Like, is this gonna be your full-time job, or do you have any other, like, what's gonna be your full income? Because I don't get it. People would actually tell me that, and it would get to me. I'd be like, wow, like, being a personal trainer and fitness influencer, is that not enough? And I realized that might not be their thing, which is totally normal. I get it. My job is very, very different. It might not be for you, and whatever you're doing might not be for someone else, but just if that's what you want, then who the heck cares what other people think? I don't know if you guys can relate, but there was this time like a year before graduating that I would go to family parties, and there was always that question, the one that I was always avoiding, and it was like, so do you know what you're gonna do yet? Like, do you have your stable job? All of those questions about finding your career, and I was just like, anxiety, I don't freaking know, and I have my page, do you follow me? Like, that's what I'm doing. And I always kind of felt like it wasn't enough until I realized it was more than enough. And if it makes you happy, that's all that should matter. And success means something different to everyone. So if you feel like you are happy, you're making money, you're helping others, bam, sold, that's it. Stop caring so much what other people think, and I'm telling myself that too. And once I stopped caring so much about what other people thought of me and my career, that's when I really started to see a difference in the way that I was feeling, and the way that I was performing, and the way that I was coaching. I've been so much more confident, and so I graduated, and then for those 2 months I was kind of like in limbo. I was super freaking nervous, and then finally I was like, you know what, we're going for it. This is my business, and I'm gonna freaking kill it. So I started in-person training. Your girl's now training like a lot of clients, which is so amazing. I started my in-person gym. My parents allowed me to turn our whole garage into a gym, which has been such a freaking cool journey. I want to do another YouTube video showing you guys around and giving you a little home gym tour, but it's been awesome. I also do personalized workout plans for clients, which is like a virtual online coaching. I launched my Beach Bum book, which is so cool. It's a hard copy book. I wanted to create a 30-day plan to help you lean out, tone up, but also work your mind and body. And now I'm planning my first ever Fit Ventures event. There's been so much growth in this past year, and I'm so grateful for it all. But the main part of this video, the main thing that I want you to take out of this is that you can do whatever you set your mind to, no matter what age you are. You have the ability to follow your dreams and to do whatever it is that is calling you, whether you're like amazing at art and you're super creative, you could be a social media marketer, there's so many things that you can do with whatever you're gifted with. And I think that that's so special, that we all have different gifts and we all have different talents, and we can make money from it. Like, you can do what you love, and you can make an income, and you can make it your career, but you need to put time, you need to put effort, you need to do the work, and you need to have passion behind it, because at the end of the day, like I said, you're gonna be doing it forever. But you can always switch career paths, and you can always see how things are going and change as you go, and that's honestly growth. If you're not changing as the years go on, that means you're not growing. So I'm excited to see where Fit Ventures goes. This is definitely just the beginning, and I can't wait to see where we end up as a community. So if you're just in high school and you're confused, you're overwhelmed, you don't know where you're gonna go to school, you don't know what you're gonna end up doing, go with the flow, have fun, enjoy every second along the journey, because it goes by quick. Like, wow, college went by so fast, and now looking back on it, I'm like, I'm so happy that I partied, that I went out with friends, that I did all of this, and now I'm in just like a whole different stage in my life, and I got that out of my system, and I'm able to focus on the stuff now that truly matters to me, which is like my family and my friends, my building my business, Fit Ventures, this community. This is your sign. If you have a passion project, you've been too scared to go for it, this is your sign to start today. There's never gonna be a perfect time, I promise you that. I was waiting so long for that sign of a perfect timing. That perfect timing is right now. So get a piece of pen and paper and start jotting down any ideas you have, any goals. Get specific, chase after them. You got this. I'm always here if you need me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and let me know what you guys want to see next.